What is going on, guys? Welcome back. Commentary for you earlier in the week, really midnight. Midnight on Wednesday was the day it happened. I finally released the video on investing, and I did it at a point where I was really tired. And I thought, I'm going to put this video up, I'm going to go to bed, and I'll deal with it in the morning. And I did that because part of me didn't want to see the response, because I feared it was negative. And then obviously I couldn't resist, and I checked my phone, and sure enough, there was positive responses, and then there was overwhelmingly positive responses. And I thought to myself, I think this was the right decision to make. And some people did ask why, and I wanted to kind of come out and address that because, as a creator, I'm not going to tell you that I wasn't angry or bitter or upset or felt betrayed by YouTube. And that right there is what I had to compartmentalize. I had to take all those frustrations I had over what I've built for the past number of years and the support you guys have given me in trying to get football games better. And I had to come to the realization that none of this is your fault. And what type of person would I be if I simply just turned my back on you? Yes, I'm still going to do my football content. It's just going to have to be on Patreon. But if I just walked away from you guys and said, hey, I'm not going to do this anymore because YouTube has some regulations in place and I'm pretty sure it's going to hurt my channel, how fair would that be to you? What type of person would I be if I did that? And that's not the type of person I am. So I looked at this as an opportunity to turn a negative into a positive. And I was fortunate enough to get to speak to some legal counsel on Thursday, and I learned some things that really, really concern me. And one of the things that concerned me the most was, I know a lot of thought processes is, well, why is COPPA just becoming involved now? And the reality is, COPPA is not just becoming involved now with YouTube. COPPA came to YouTube years and years and years ago. And YouTube, in my opinion, kind of deferred and basically said, hey, there's no children watching content on our platform, which I firmly believe they may have thought was true, but the reality is it wasn't. And that's why, the hammer, if you will, was dropped so firmly when it's coming down to content going forward. And I don't want to put myself at risk, and I don't want to put myself in a position where, I don't feel comfortable creating the content that I have been creating. But I also knew that it was time to open up a different window. And, I'm not a religious person, but I do believe in fate and everything happens for a reason. And I don't know why this happened, but I do know that a lot of the investment that I make and a lot of the wealth that I have has came from you guys and the support you've given me through YouTube. And I figured if nothing else, I could impart to you some of the mistakes that I've made with that. And if you find that entertaining, then great. And if you learn from that, then even better. But I knew that it was time to go into a different direction. And I also know that I didn't want to turn my back on the people that got to me where I was. And that was probably the number one driving factor of that. And as I said, maybe some irrational fears as to why that video went up at midnight. But at the same time, I can tell you with supreme confidence that I know that I'm doing the right thing for me, and I hope you guys feel like I'm doing the right thing for you. Love to know your thoughts on this. Appreciate you checking out. And I will be back in the week with more commentary.